Boom, bam, boom. Y'all see this guy? Do y'all know who this guy is? This guy can sell ice to an Eskimo. This guy could sell fire in hell. This guy can sell peace in the Middle East if he wanted to. This is Rich Paul, co-owner and founder of Clutch Sports with LeBron James. They'd started Clutch Sports back in 2012, right around when LeBron had left the Miami Heat, and the whole player empowerment movement had gotten started. But yeah, if you don't pay attention too much to NBA agents and things like that, Rich Paul is probably the most powerful agent in the NBA at this point and one of the most well-known agents in the NBA. Of course, when people hear his name, they think LeBron James pretty much automatically because he has been one of LeBron's best friends since high school. And you can hate on LeBron as much as you want, but it's awesome that LeBron kind of brought Rich Paul with him, and now Rich Paul's been doing his agent thing for 13 plus years now. Of course, a lot of his relationships probably started off with knowing people from LeBron, but now he just has so many connections in the league. He knows so many people in the league, and he does a great job at being a sports agent. If you don't know what do NBA agents do, they're the ones that help their players negotiate trades. They're the ones that kind of stay in the loop. If trade news is kind of swirling around one of their players, whatever it is behind the scenes, the agent's job would be pretty much to let their player know what's going on. Again, help them negotiate, just help them in financial decisions and things like that. Make sure they get what they're worth and things like that in the NBA. So everyone knows LeBron's obviously represented by Rich Paul. So there's LeBron James, and boom, who's that right there? That's Anthony Davis, who is also represented by Rich Paul, believe it or not. How unbelievable is that? Tyrese Maxey, we can keep going. There's so many different players that Rich Paul represents in the NBA. So yeah, he's LeBron James' agent, and he's AD's agent. You can probably kind of see where I'm going with this, but I'm going to get right into it here. Real quick, I'm sitting at a whopping 10 subscribers. If I can make it to 20 by the end of the day, that would be awesome. So please like and subscribe if you do enjoy the video. But yeah, again, Rich Paul represents LeBron James. Rich Paul represents Anthony Davis. There's been a lot of talk these past few days whether or not Rich Paul knew this trade was going down with Anthony Davis, basically. There's been speculation as to whether or not LeBron's going to be traded shortly here as well. If I had to put a bet on it, honestly, I would. I bet a ton of money. But I'd bet money that LeBron is going to be traded before the February 6th trade deadline. I don't think this happens behind LeBron's back, especially with Rich Paul representing Anthony Davis and LeBron James. For Rich Paul not to know that his client, because Anthony Davis is his client, that's something he should know. You should know if one of your top clients, I think him and LeBron are his two top clients. So if your number two top client is getting moved or about to be traded, you'd be in the know and know some things about that, or that LeBron would know some things about that, because again, he represents Anthony Davis and LeBron. They both are on the Lakers, and LeBron pretty much always knows when something's going on in the NBA. So it's either that or the second option would be that the Mavericks and the Lakers just did all of this behind LeBron's back and behind Anthony Davis and everyone's back. Even Rich Paul wouldn't have been able to know about this, because if Rich Paul had known about this from the Lakers, general manager Rob Pelinka, or if he had known anything from Nico Harrison, the Mavericks GM, then I feel like Rich Paul would let LeBron or Anthony Davis know something as a good agent, would, and that's what Rich Paul should do. So either, like I said, either Rich Paul knew about this stuff behind the scenes, maybe Anthony Davis didn't know, but LeBron did know, and they're prepping to trade for LeBron. So maybe Rich is talking to Rob Pelinka and saying, hey, we're planning on moving. LeBron's planning on moving. Want to put together a trade package or whatever. So then the Lakers wanted to pursue this trade for Luka Doncic to, of course, set themselves up better for the future. So that's possible. Everything happened without these guys, without them knowing what was going on. Or, Rich Paul did know, and LeBron knows as well, and likely LeBron's getting ready to be traded before the February 6th trade deadline. That's what a lot of people are speculating. I think LeBron probably will be traded, honestly, before the February 6th deadline. A lot of people are speculating until the Warriors But I just find it hard to believe that a giant trade like this would happen involving Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They're both clients of Rich Paul, who's the most powerful agent in basketball. Um, so either, again, the two options are that Rich Paul did know and he knew something, or the other option, which I kind of would prefer, is that Rich Paul and LeBron didn't know anything. I feel kind of bad for AD. I can't feel too bad for guys making $50 million a year, but to get blindsided at your job and have to relocate your whole life, that can definitely have some toll on you, and that can be, like I said, just a blindsiding blow. But again, the second option that I would kind of like better is that if LeBron, Rich Paul, and them didn't know anything about it, because LeBron, since 2012, he's pretty much taken over the whole league as a player. He's basically seems like an owner of the league almost. Everything he wants to happen happens. He's a GM. Like whenever he goes to the teams, he's the GM of the team he goes to. He just has so much power. Nothing against LeBron, it just is what it is. But again, once they started Clutch Sports in 2012, once LeBron went to the Heat, turned into a players-driven league, and the league's been in some of the worst shape it's ever been in since then, honestly. Ratings are going down. It's not as entertaining. All the three balls being put up and things like that. The league's been trying to find kind of a solution to it. So like I said again, either the power is still on the player side, and Rich Paul did know about this. LeBron knows about this. Things are just shaking up with AD being traded, and then LeBron's going to get traded at the trade deadline. If LeBron does get traded at or before the deadline, I think that's a giveaway that LeBron did know about this happening, because he was kind of prepping the Lakers and himself to be traded. Or, like I said, what I would like better is that if Rich Paul, LeBron, Anthony Davis, none of them knew anything about it, the owners just said, hey, we're just going to make this happen, we're going to do it, and if y'all don't know anything about it, it just is what it is. I kind of hate to say it, because once the league became a player-driven league, I kind of liked it. I kind of liked the thought of it better, but now, seeing what's happened and how the league's been going these past few years, a lot of people agree the league has not been as good or as entertaining as it used to be when David Stern was the commissioner, and he was a team. He would favor the teams, not favor the players. And when it first became a player-driven league again, I was like, this is awesome. I supported the players. I thought this would be cool. But now seeing what kind of LeBron and all the player empowerment has done to the league, it has been going downhill. So like I said, the second option was the owner just made the trade, behind the team's backs, and I think that's kind of cool to see the power kind of shifting back to the owners. Again, just with seeing how the league being player-driven has gone for these past few years. But yeah, with that being said, it's still a stupid-ass trade in my opinion. Like, Mavericks would have gotten so much more back. They would have shopped Luka on the open market, and they could have done it in such a better way. But yeah, I guess Nico Harrison would rather like make a fool of himself and show that the power is back in the owner's hands. I don't know, to make a point and just make a stupid trade like that, or what it is. Be just an interesting dynamic between the players having the power and the owners having the power again. But yeah, please comment below and let me know what you think. If Rich Paul did know about this trade happening, and if LeBron knew about this trade happening, or if they just got blindsided and it just happened out of nowhere. Both are interesting to see which way it's going to go. We're going to find out in a few days here. But I think a dead giveaway will be if LeBron gets traded before the trade deadline. He most likely did know that Anthony Davis was going to be traded. He let the Lakers know that he's planning on getting out of there, whatever it is, so they're able to trade LeBron to where he wants to go, get some value for LeBron, get freaking Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, which is crazy, and then kind of get started with the next step of their franchise. But yeah, we'll see what happens with LeBron at the trade deadline. Again, I feel like he will be traded, and I feel like him and Rich Paul do know about this, because there's like nothing they don't know about in the NBA these days. But please comment below. Let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe if you watched the whole video as well, and we'll see y'all again.